Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
That hurricane indeed looking a little scary on the radar. I know you've got the update on what it's doing right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is just a weather catastrophe that's going to be unfolded. The most powerful storm on the planet right now, bearing down on the island of Jamaica. Let's get you the latest information. We got this at the top of the hour from the National Hurricane Center. The winds remain sustained at 175 miles per hour. That has not changed, but what has is the minimum central pressure continues to drop. It's fallen 6 millibars. 7 o'clock this evening, this number was 909. It's now down to 903. Sometimes there's a lag between the pressure drop and the winds responding and increasing. So there's a reasonably good likelihood that in the next update that we get, which will come in at 1 o'clock in the morning, those winds may be even higher than they are right now. Keep in mind the gust are above 200 miles per hour, in some cases above 215. It's begun to turn to the north, which is what was feared. Throughout the day, it had been moving mostly to the northwest, but it has kind of stalled, beginning to shift a little bit to the north, which is following the forecast, and a turn more to the northeast is going to bring this across the western part of the island. Again, later tonight and into Tuesday morning. This is the forecast update from the Hurricane Center, 7 a.m. tomorrow. They've still got the winds there at 175, but again, this potentially could get a little bit stronger overnight tonight. And again, we will get those overnight updates, and meteorologist Grace Anell will be in the morning with the details, but you can see the track. It appears highly unlikely that this is going to miss Jamaica. It is going to be a direct strike somewhere there along the western part of that island, and again, the damage is just going to be tremendous out of this, unfortunately. It does move off the island back over the water. It likely weakens some, but this could still be near Cat 4 strength as it nears eastern Cuba for a second landfall there. It will weaken more as it goes over land. You see the winds are down on Wednesday morning to 105 as it begins to move back over the water. And from there, conditions will not be favorable for this to re-strengthen. So as it goes through the Bahamas, still could be strong, but certainly a shadow of what it is right now. May eventually impact Bermuda, but notice the track well off the east coast once again. The United States will be spared from a significant tropical system. We've had several of those this season. None of them have impacted the U.S. Our next weather maker pales in comparison, but it is going to be a rainmaker that comes in on Wednesday. Another area of low pressure will bring more cool, wet, and some windy weather. We're not expecting anything severe, but more damp conditions coming on in. Starting late in the day tomorrow night into Wednesday will be the wettest part of the rest of the week. And then you see those rain chances trailing off for us again by the time we hit Thursday and into Friday. How much rain are we talking about with this next wave that comes through? Anywhere we're seeing indications about ½ inch to an inch of rain. So nothing excessive, but another good soaking will be likely before the week is out. There's nothing on radar right now, so let's move to future radar showing the cloud cover holding in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, but little in the way of any precip other than maybe some mist or some drizzle. Lunchtime tomorrow, overcast skies, but most are dry. And then here we go tomorrow afternoon, 6 p.m., starting to see some showers west of I-65 first. They'll travel to the east through the evening hours into Sand Mountain, and then additional rain, and this will be the biggest wave of it coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This is when we'll have some moderate showers. Those will start tapering off a bit heading into Wednesday afternoon, and that drying trend will take us into Thursday and Friday with what now looks to be a fairly decent weekend ahead. These are your lows tonight, upper 40s, low 50s. We won't warm much tomorrow with the cloud cover around. Temperatures in the 50s much of the day, but we may briefly jump above the 60-degree mark. Areas from Huntsville back out to the west. Some of you in Sand Mountain will likely stay back in the upper 50s. Here's your Wave 31 Storm Tracker 10-day forecast. Again, once we get past Wednesday, things are looking better as we close out the week and head into the weekend. Couple coolish days there. Wednesday, Thursday only in the mid-50s for your highs. Back into the 60s by the weekend with quiet weather most likely as we take you throughout next week. I do want to point out that low Saturday morning of 39. It is possible some parts of North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee may get that first frost come this weekend. We're going to be watching for that after we get through the midweek rainfall.
Glad you pointed that out because that kind of stuck out like it was in bold there to me. Now we're getting to the 30s for a
Once you start getting into that range, that's what you have to watch for.
That is something. Thanks, Jeff.